What up, y'all? CKid here, man, and I legit just spent over $4,225 on this M1 Mac Mini Ultimate Desk setup that you guys are seeing behind me. Now, you guys are probably looking at me like, CKid, what the hell, bro? You could have bought a super spec'd out PC or a Mac Pro for that kind of money. And you'll be right, but no cap, guys. I'm personally digging this setup right here, man. And there's a reason why I built all of this out. And let's just go ahead and get right into it. All right, so for starters, man, let me go ahead and walk you guys through this desk that I have right here. Now, I've had this desk now for about a good year and a half, and I personally love it. Now, it is one of those sit and stand desks. You can literally press the buttons. You know, you can kind of rise it up. You can also lower it back down. Now, I personally wanted this desk because there's a lot of health benefits to having these types of desks that you guys are seeing right here. And there's actually too many to actually talk about in this video, but by us all being at home now, I feel like these types of desks are more needed than ever before to actually keep us moving instead of just kind of sitting static at a desk. You have a button here to be able to raise the desk to be higher. You also have one to lower it. And then you also have these 1, 2, 3 presets that is going to allow you guys to be able to set them. Now, I personally have my one set to literally when I press it, it's going to raise the desk to my standing position. And then if I also put it on 2, it's going to lower it to my sitting position that you guys are seeing right here. And then 3 position is more so when, you know, I want to just sit it all the way at its lowest setting when I'm pretty much leaving the room and getting out of this space. Now, I will say this, the only thing that I personally do not like about these sit and stand desks is it is a little bit difficult to be able to hide wires because the wires do need to be more exposed so they have room to be able to stretch once the desk is rising up and down. But other than that, I love this desk and I definitely think it's a solid desk. And the cool thing about this desk, you can really replace this top with any surface that you want. So the main wood desk that you guys see in my setup on my normal videos, I can literally take a portion of that desk. If I wanted to go buy another one of those desks, cut it to this size, I can literally have a sit and stand desk with that type of wood top, which is actually something that I plan on doing with this setup, you know, over time. Now, the next needed accessory is from the sponsor of today's video, and that is the chair that you guys see me sitting in right here. And it is this whole red and blacked out theme from my people over at Herman Miller. Now, you guys already know I am a fan of the Aeron gaming chair. I debuted that chair here on the channel.
But Herman Miller's Aeron chair supports me like a work of art. See, it's got support everywhere whenever it's needed. My armrest don't wiggle, my back is never defeated. Matte black, it looks good, whatever. Call me conceited. This pellicle is the reason, exactly just what I needed.
It is my favorite chair that I personally use here, and you guys have seen it in all of my videos. But this chair right here, man, is not only great looking, but it also is good for gaming as well, as if you guys are sitting for longer periods of time, this is going to be something that you guys are going to want. Now, you all get all the same normal controls and movements of a chair while being comfortable and stylish at the same time, instead of just looking like a typical office chair. So for this setup right here, this is kind of more of like my fun zone area in this space here that I have, since I pretty much game over here, hence the PlayStation 5, which we're going to get into here in a second. But I wanted a nice chair, man, and this chair here is called the Sail Gaming Chair for this space, simply because I wanted something that was going to complement this space and look fun and inviting, more of just kind of having like the regular standard chairs that you pretty much get out there on the market today. So shout out to Herman Miller for sponsoring today's video and helping deck out my Ultimate Mac Mini setup that you guys are seeing right here. And yeah, if you guys want to pick this chair up, I will link it down in the description section below. Now, the next accessory is, of course, the new M1 Mac Mini. Now, this is the 16GB RAM version that I talked about in my previous video. If you guys haven't seen that, I will link it right up here as well as down in the description section below. But I use this as my editing station when I'm doing more so of my gaming content. So if you guys want to follow my gaming channel, I will link that down in the description section below. So if I'm doing games like Call of Duty or any of those other games that you guys are seeing out there, it's all being ran right into this PlayStation, and this PlayStation is being ran into the M1 Mac Mini. But we're gonna talk about that and how I got that wired up here in a second. But honestly, man, the M1 Mac Mini is literally the brains behind this entire operation that I have here set up. So I actually have it running through the Elgato capture card that's plugged right into the back of my M1 Mac Mini, which allows me to be able to capture as well as record my gameplay footage within the OBS software on my M1 Mac Mini. So that way I can be able to upload to my gaming channel, and again, I'll have that link down in the description section below if you guys want to subscribe to that. So for me, the Mac Mini, along with my PlayStation 5 and along with my Elgato capture card, is pretty much all you guys need to get your gaming setup going. Now, the next thing on my list that you guys most likely see is what the Mac Mini is actually sitting on, and that is this USB-C hub from USBC, or I'm not sure how you actually pronounce it, but man, this thing here is a must-have if you guys have the Mac Mini. If you don't buy anything else that I have linked for you guys down in the description section below when it comes to a Mac Mini, this is the one that you guys need, and I'm telling you why. Because this thing also has an enclosure that is literally inside on the back here that's going to allow you guys to be able to put a internal SSD storage to your Mac Mini. So this is the reason why I said in my previous video as well as earlier that I went ahead and went with the 256 gig version, simply because I knew I could buy a SATA SSD for me to be able to put into this, to be able to expand my storage to 2 terabytes, and it's going to read it like a normal external hard drive, but it's going to be built into the actual base that the Mac Mini is actually sitting on. I know that was a lot, but I'm telling you guys, this thing is worth it. Now, another cool thing you guys get with it is you also get a lot of your ports. So you guys are going to get multiple USB-A ports. You're also going to get your SD card reader as well, which is key. Now, you do get an SD card reader on the back of the Mac Mini, but again, it's on the back. You want to be able to access this thing from the front, and this is what this thing is going to allow you guys to be able to do. And the cool thing about it is that it sits very quietly on your desk, so you're not going to have to worry about this thing getting loud or rattling just because it is sitting underneath the Mac Mini. But I can talk about this thing all day, but you guys just got to experience it for yourself. And again, link for it is down in the description section below. Now, the next accessory I want to talk about with you guys that I have is my setup for my monitor, which is the LG ultra wide monitor. Now, this is literally the same monitor from my other setup that you guys typically see that is behind me in my videos. Now, this monitor can get up to 144 hertz refresh rate, which is great for gaming as well as video content consumption, and has a 2K resolution display, which is 3840 by 1440p, which is going to be more than enough for things that I personally use it for, like gaming as well as video editing. So if you guys are looking for a good monitor, then I would no doubt recommend the LG ultra wide monitor for you guys' setup. Now, the one thing you guys probably want to know is how do I actually have this monitor paired to the M1 Mac Mini, and I am using the CalDigit TS3 Plus that I recommended to you guys in a couple videos, and in this video you guys can actually see why. Like, I legit have every single thing you guys are seeing on this desk plugged right into that machine, and it's controlling literally everything you guys are seeing on this desk, all from a single Thunderbolt 3 cable. Now, this thing comes with multiple Thunderbolt ports. It also comes with multiple USB-A ports. But the main reason why I actually bought this is the connectivity from the setup, but I also bought it because it also includes an SD card reader. Now, I understand that I can get the SD card reader over here, which is what my Mac Mini is actually sitting on, but before I actually bought this, I was using the CalDigit to be able to pull footage from videos that I'm recording on right onto my computer using the CalDigit as well. But one thing I like about it is literally every single thing on this desk is being ran through the CalDigit, and it is pulling the stress off of my Mac Mini, which is why I cannot recommend the CalDigit TS3 Plus. I can't recommend it enough. It is really worth it, and it is the creme de la creme for USB-C Hub. But I ain't gonna lie to you guys, it is kind of pricey, but it is worth it in the end. Now, the next two things that I want to talk about kind of go hand in hand, and that is the Logitech MX Keys, which is the keyboard of choice that I use, and the Logitech MS Master Mouse 3, which is the mouse that I use. Now, for the longest time, I was an Apple Magic keyboard user as well as the mouse user. Then my guys Terry and CJ came along, and they was like, look, bro, why are you using the Apple Magic mouse? Why are you using the Magic keyboard? Trust me, go buy yourself the Logitech MS Master 3. It's gonna change your life. You're gonna be able to edit faster, all of those different things. And I didn't believe him. I was sitting here like, bruh, why would I go buy that when the Apple Magic Mouse and the keyboard can do all of these dope features? Until I actually tried this mouse right here. This mouse here, man, is a game changer. And honestly, it's the only mouse that I use, and I probably will never use any other mouse, because the cool thing about this mouse is you have the ability to be able to program every single button on this thing per application. So for example, if I'm using Adobe Premiere, I can actually have this wheel on the side to be able to scroll horizontally through my timeline. And then if I wanted to be able to use this to be able to switch to, you know, the cutting tool, which is something that I actually use it for, then I can program these buttons to do whatever I need it to be quick shortcuts within every single application. So even if I'm using web browsers, I can have all of these buttons mapped and reprogrammed to be able to work within that specific application. This mouse is a game changer. Now, when it comes to the keyboard, the one thing that I will say that I love about this keyboard is, and this also goes with the mouse, is that I can use this keyboard and mouse with up to 3 different machines, and that works for PC as well as Mac. So if you guys are PC people and you're watching this video, if you guys are PC people and you're watching this video, this will also work for you guys as well. And this keyboard is just good, man. It's all backlit. I love the indentation with the keys. It makes it really easy to be able to type on, and honestly, and it matches the aesthetics of the Apple layout as well. And the battery life on it is amazing. Literally, this thing will last a good amount, a couple weeks before you guys actually have to charge this thing up. And I leave it on sometimes. Sometimes I turn it off, so you get a good mixture of that as well. But overall, man, I cannot stress how good this combo is when it comes to the Logitech mouse as well as the keyboard. And the last thing but not least that I want to talk to you guys about is the Apple HomePod mini speakers as my desktop speakers. Now, to most people, they say it's not possible to be able to connect the new HomePod mini speakers and pair them as a stereo to your MacBook Pro or your M1 Mac mini machines. Well, guys, I figured out a way to be able to do it, and I'm going to talk about that in the video at the end of this video, so definitely make sure you guys stay tuned and watch that right after this video, because I literally hacked Apple software to be able to use the Apple HomePod speakers with any desktop setup that you guys have, whether it's your MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, Mac Mini. This hacked method will work. But these speakers for desktop speakers, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, they sound great and it has a lot of dope features. And again, I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video, but I mainly use them for listening to music while gaming, checking email, casual web browsing, watching YouTube videos. But I do not use these for editing my videos because the latency on them, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, it's pretty bad. But if you guys are listening to music like Spotify, Apple, Tidal, different streaming services from your phone or just on your computer in itself, then I highly recommend you guys pick these up for that. But it has some really dope features, man. Like you can literally transfer music from your phone right to the actual speakers themselves, and it will just pull it over. And you can also do that with phone calls as well. Now, I'm not gonna tell you guys that it's perfect because it's not. And it's gonna take a little while to be able to actually learn how to actually transfer the music from your phone to the speakers, because it's not like a one-to-one easy thing to do right out of the gate. You just kind of have to understand where the sweet spots are, but once you get it, you got it. But overall, man, these speakers really sound good and I highly recommend you guys check them out. But yeah, this is the entire video of the M1 Mac Mini setup that I personally have, and I wanted to show you guys and just show you guys some of the items that I personally recommend you guys check out. And I'll have a link to everything that I talked about down in the description section below. Now, if you guys have any questions, let me also know down in the comment sections as well. Also, let me know which piece of tech on this desk was your favorite. I'm curious to know that. Also, remember to hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Get this video to 1,000 likes, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Yo, why you still here? Yo, fam, click on the video, bro.